Hey, what's up, Facebook brothers and sisters? How you doing? Second clip of the video. How's everyone going? Me, it could get better. So, I just want to tell you. I was going to tell you about advice to how to do things right in this world. Because there's too many animosity people that's holding grudges, jealousy, hatred, agony, all types of stuff like that. You know, it's fucked up. Now, Facebook, YouTube, I just want you to know, keep a reminder. There's a lot of fake and phony, a lot of disloyalty going on lately. You seen all that stuff. That should give you a right and a warning for who people really is out here. You think everybody's your friends. You think everybody loves you. Let me tell you something. A wise man tells me it's good to be hated by people for who you are than be in love for who you not are to these people on the inside. You always got to follow those rules because one minute somebody can act like they love you, and when you turn your back, that's when the backstab begins. You don't know what people say behind people's backs. You still never know. So I got to tell you, keep a reminder. You know, I know it's good to hang out with certain people. You know, when we grow in that age, we're going to be mature. That's just like saying, in order for you to have a blossom, you got to have a seed to plant it, to turn a blossom to grow. It's like you're growing. Without a seed, you can't plant nothing. How could you be planting something if you ain't got no seed? Same thing. If your woman or your wife or your loved ones have any type of baby, if they don't have a baby in their stomach, there's no life into it. Same thing like that, but in nature-wise. But that's how you have to follow these rules, you know what I'm saying? You know, you got people out here want to read books. You got people want to read books. Now, I understand this books is good and it's interesting, but at the same time, you're going to want to understand. Reading books is always not the option. In our school times, it was. In our high school days, middle school, or the school before that. But our books, it's in our mind, body, and soul. Whether if it's street smart, whether if it's knowledge for self, words of wisdom, any type of natural knowledge. Everybody want to look at TV, look at books all the time. And half of the stuff be on a myth, and y'all don't even know it. Half of the stuff is hypothesis. They'll tell you a story, and half of the people believe that stuff, and next thing you know, they don't research it, and when shit gets real, that's when they want to do a research and want to ask what happened this, what happened that. Y'all should have filled the mind to learn things, how to do things, to progress yourself. You know what I'm saying? The real meaning of learning things in this world, other than reading books, other than looking at newspapers and shit like that, you got to follow your mind, body, and soul physically, mentally, spiritually, and financially. Let me tell you something. Without your soul, how could you be alive? And even if you're alive, without a soul, you can't be awakening. That's why it's always best to bet. If you have some fake, phony people out here, what you can do is you can still be nice to a toxic person even though you shouldn't. But my advice to you, for your natural, kind-hearted beings out there that's been doing kind things, great things for people, this is what you can do. Not only can you wake yourself up, waking yourself up is the best of the key. Everybody talking about change. Change is a good thing, but not as much as awakening. When you waken yourself up, there's a difference between change and awakening. Awakening is a lot powerful than change, believe it or not. You have to really experience, explore. The only way to really experience, you got to really reprogram your brain. If your brain watches something, you got to reprogram your brain so you can become a higher self-esteem instead of lower self-esteem. Everybody want to tell you, oh, you got to follow what this book tell you. You got to follow what the news reporter's telling you, all that stuff. But nobody never want to tell you about, oh, you need to follow yourself, your own rules, how to learn things in yourself. How to be awakened, how to be blessed in your own terms. You know what I mean? I understand, I was going to say overstood, but this one I can understand how people, what they going through, man. You know what I'm saying? And, it's messed up because a lot of people out there, the government, it's just got a lot worse, man. People out there still homeless. People out there still ain't got no jobs. Ain't got no financially feed their families and their loved ones. Because what they do, you got millionaires, billionaires, and trillionaires out there spending on expensive stuff, spending on gifts and jewelry, all types of stuff. But you got millions of people in the country starving from another overseas country. Yet they feed themselves other than feeding people out there. You got people out there in the country that don't barely have water. They don't have barely water to take showers, to wash their butts, whatever. You got people out there barely with oils. You know what I'm saying? It's sad. You know, my respect to Akon. I respect Akon for did what he did, and that's appreciative. He took care of the whole entire Africa. You know what I'm saying? He owned certain lands in Africa, but the story I found out about what Akon did in the Great Way, he took care of whole Africa. He gave people jobs out there. They opened up a business to have people applying for jobs and they get hired right away. See, when you do job applications over here in this America, it feel like they pick and choose who they want people. So if it's all like that, why y'all keep saying, oh, we're hiring. Oh, and sometimes you got a sign that said, help wanted. But the minute you apply for that, it's a different story. Oh, well, we don't have nothing available right now. So stop saying y'all hiring like y'all picking everybody. Y'all want to pick and choose who y'all want to pick. That's the point I'm trying to say. This whole community is fucked up. It's not like how it was back in the 80s, back in the 90s, back in the thousands, back in the teens or whatever. See, the teens was a little different, like in our last generation when we was young coming up. Compared to nowadays. Nowadays just got a lot worse. Well, I'm going to be honest, 5 years ago was a lot worse when everything was shut down. Let me tell you something. Everybody was laid off on jobs in the COVID days. People was collecting stimulus checks. Now, coming to find out, mind you, whoever took the stimulus check, they had to pay all that shit back. People going to say, oh, no, that's not true. That's not true. Let me tell you something. I want you to let you know right now. Do you know y'all guys out there that's asking for stimulus check? Y'all know that's like collateral borrowing, right? I don't think you guys know that. In case you don't know, Trump is in the office. He was giving out stimulus checks, not once, but twice. The second time, he was giving out at least few thousands, maybe like 2,000 or 3,000. But the first time, it was $1,000 for everybody. Now, for the loved ones, they usually have at least $2,000 or $3,000 if they have like maybe 2 to 3 kids. You know, that's appreciative, but you still got to understand one thing. Everybody's been taking vaccine, okay? Not even 1 year passed, you got some people that got sick off of it. So that should give y'all answer to remind us. It's an answer. Is it even worth taking vaccine or what? Don't get me wrong. I was attempting to do it. You know what I'm saying? But I felt like I was forced to. But you got to go to the pharmacy. You got to apply for this and apply for that. Of course, you got to pay for something for a vaccine shot. But they gave me a hard time. So I was like, you know what? Let me lay off of it. So that's why I have to lay off of it. But it just did a favor for me in the inside. I'm like, you know what? Let me not take that because something's going to happen to me. I don't want to get sick off of it. But there was a lot of people that got sick off that vaccine shit. I don't know if you guys know that or not. But this whole world is fucked up. I'll tell you right now, this whole world is fucked up. It's fucked up. You know, I ain't mean to curse nothing, but I just say, forget it. I'm like, you know. But sometimes, man, when people treat you like dirt, treat you like BS, whatever, treat you like bullshit, stay away from the harm's way. You must stay positive, stay success, and don't worry about what other people's telling you or who you are. Worry about who you are, not what other people's telling you. Now the point is, when you barely have parents in your life, if you don't have nobody to raise you, Wake yourself up, your mind, body, and soul. Once you wake yourself up, you can learn more better things. You can see more better things, meaning you're learning things by exploring it other than reading books and doing libraries and stuff like that, computers and all types of stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? Everybody said change this, change that, change. No one never want to talk about awakening. You know what the problem is in this world? A lot of people's been sleeping, meaning they never woke up in reality with mind, body, and soul because they let these iPhones and technologies and Xbox and PS5, PS6 is coming out shortly. You know, it's when you have that in front of your soul, in your mind, body, and soul. Once you have that shit blocked in your mind, body, and soul, you're not gonna focus what's in the real thing in this world, and it's messed up. It's sad to see people doing that, man. Now you got good people doing that shit. You know what I'm saying? And you know it's sad to say you got some kind people. Most ain't. Just like trustworthy, you got some trustworthy people. Most is not trusting. You got some loyalty people. Most is not loyalty. You have to follow the codes of being awakening, your codes. Not everybody, not even your own family, not even your own parents could tell you that stuff. You know what I'm saying? We might have some good parents, but most, and especially in our culture, you know what I'm saying? We have, it's a shame and it's sad because our blacks in our culture, we got deadbeat fathers, and it's sad, man. Some fathers don't want to be there for our culture and our family because sometimes you got alcoholism in the way, it breaks up family. Just like toxic relationship turn to our toxic beings. You're in a relationship. You must follow your thoughts, follow your mind, body, and soul. You must have a natural mind. If your woman is toxic, give her chances to change by waking herself up. If she don't want to be woken, she's broken. Once she's broken because she never want to be woken, you just have to move on sometimes. You can't always stay with the same woman if it's toxic. If the woman is toxic, if she's not willing to cook for you after you come home from work for your hard days of working for 14 hours days straight, 14 hours throughout 5 days a week. You come home. If your wife just laying around, eat, sleep, and shit and smoke and do nothing but want to be on the phone and bull loving with another man cheating on your ass, and you gonna want to know why, you come home and you think about it in the bathroom, looking in the mirror, you're gonna be like, I think this bitch is using me. I think she's playing me. That should give you a heads up. That should waken you up. But for the ones that's not woken, the ones that's not going to know these things. You know, let me tell you something. Not all women is like that, but let me tell you something. A gold digger, they use you for your money, your cars, sometimes your home. Let me tell you something, man. If you make enough money, you have to feed yourself. Feed yourself. Unless your woman is there for you. Let me tell you something. This is no joke. They're not there for you 24/7. You might have some woman that's there for you only if she's not toxic in the inside. You know what I'm saying? If you see a woman that's about, she on her phone a lot, every time on her phone, calling this, calling that, and she on her phone, you know what I'm saying? That means she's not interested in you. Even if you show your heart, your kindness, and a woman doesn't because she's toxic, that should tell you something. You have to move on to the next woman that's willing to be there for you for 24/7. You know what I mean? All right, Facebook and YouTube. All right, this is Goldmine. Now, I wanted to give you advice that there's going to be more shooting videos going on later throughout maybe next month. Being that the spring is back now, it's great to have spring. All right, everyone. Facebook and YouTube. All right. This is Goldmine Trainer. You take it or leave it. The choice is yours. Have a wonderful day, brothers and sisters. I love you all. Peace. Peace all together. No separations.